Good evening, and welcome once again to the Varlastan Circle, a D&D 5e adventure in a homebrew setting, brought to you by Penance RPG, an actual play podcast and Twitch variety stream. You can find out more about Penance RPG at penancerpg.com or in the stream information below. I'm Lunrwolf, an occasional variety streamer and creator of the Varlastan setting. I'll be guiding our cast through the trials that await them this evening, starting with Aria.
I'm Dragon. I'm playing Aria, who is our Asimar ranger. Things have been going interestingly. She's quite relieved that we've managed to work out at least one of the mysteries that's been going on, but is also very aware that they need to go to at least one more town and see what's going on there. It would kind of be nice if it was all the same thing and we could use the same methods to deal with it. But I'm not convinced.
Well, we'll find out. And Jack.
Hi, I'm Amy. I play Jack Herring, our happy-go-lucky rock gnome, who's also our little thief. Jack's just very happy that they made it, and that the squishy tentacle face creature is dead, and everybody's okay, and we can have a little rest for a bit, for a second. Because that last time was tough.
It was rather. And finally, Alexia.
Hi, I'm Coakley. I play Malixire, the Tiefling Divine Soul Sorcerer. And currently I'm trying to work out how much fire resistance will save my hairdo. Like, our last session I did have to fireball myself, so I'm severely hoping that I still have some hair left. But yeah, it'll certainly be nice to not have to do that again this session. But we'll see.
Well, maybe you will, maybe you won't. Okay, who'd like to do a very quick recap of last session's chaos and nonsense?
Okay.
Dragon gets the
last
notes.
session, because this is the last set of notes that I have.
My notes are very chaotic.
You people take notes? Jesus.
Okay. Jack, we're stuck in this town and we are fighting. Because we've been found out for having sneaked in. Jack almost dies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that did almost happen.
And then goes back through to the other side of the veil to get healing potions and gets completely ripped off while they're there. Comes back through. We get through the fight and we are going into the guardhouse to see what's going on in here, and it's really creepy. Like, there's still food on the tables. It's clear that people, when they did leave, left in an absolute rush, and it's all really badly decayed. But we do manage to find the stable keeper and get them to go and look after the horses. But upstairs there was a body and a golden gong. And Opener couldn't talk to us when the gong was nearby. So I had to take Opener and leave. Where I went back to the boar and Emil. Leaving Jack and our also somewhat burnt tiefling to be having to have a conversation to figure out what... Were you having a conversation? What was the conversation? Who were you having the conversation with? About what to do with the golden hammer and gong?
I think it was variously. I think I had to run back and forth between you and Jack.
Yes. But you and Jack were talking to someone.
Were we not talking to the stable guy?
Oh yeah, I think we were, but he wasn't. No, because he didn't really know what the gong was. He was a
Or did
bit.
I take the gong and you were talking to Opener?
That might also be.
Yeah,
it.
that might have been it. Yeah.
Oh yes, because I was trying to figure out if we could bury it in enough lead to like block out the magic signals.
And you would come over to me with answers, and then I'd go, okay, what about all of these questions?
And I'd have to.
Ask that.
Well, but yeah, either way, we now have a cursed gong, and we aren't 100% sure what we're doing with it. I think was
It needs to
the
either be encased in metal and put into an astral plane, or destroyed and melted down.
but the place we were in, we couldn't really do either.
Correct.
So, yeah. So we're going to have to cart this thing to our next location, make that our first order of business.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have horses,
We do.
so we might be able to get to our next location at a decent clip.
Yes.
Were we going straight to the next town?
I think
Or were we going
right.
back?
We were going back because we were going to pick up the important guy who was coming to help us. Scroll back in the notes
The guy that was going to guide us to
to our next location, to the city.
God,
Yep.
freaking town's name.
Person working for the seer.
Yes.
So Urath
Yep.
was waiting for you to come back with enough horses to be able to make the trip to ground to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Um,
one.
But at the end of last session, the plan appeared to be that you were going to go and get even more horses from the other small town that was affected by being incommunicado.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
So-
we thought that doing the other villages would count more towards our favor of getting like where we wanted to be and stuff,
Yeah.
and getting like more not renown, but like basically enough influence.
Right. Influence. That's a good one.
I don't remember that being part of it. Okay. So we're leaving Glitha? Is this town?
Gultha.
Mhm.
Gultha.
Golgotha.
So we're
We
going
do
to the next small town that they didn't get an answer for when they called for reinforcements.
Yeah.
Okay.
Town of Pool. Are
We
you
do need
taking
to figure out.
Are you taking the stable keeper with you, or are you sending him off to go back to wait for you where you're taking the horses back to?
I'm sorry, I can't hear that.
Yeah, I can't hear you at all, barely at all.
Sorry, try that.
Yes, I can
Yes.
hear you.
That's better. So, are you taking the stable keeper with you, or are you sending him back to Cragfall?
I think we send the stable keeper to Cragfall, and we
Okay.
head to Pool.
Yeah, we give him a message to let Urath know that we have successfully liberated one village and we're working our way through a couple of the other ones while we're here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, if we have 5 spare minutes, we'll build another sledge for Silic. And we'll hook him up to one of the horses.
You could just tie him onto the horse. In fairness,
That feels a bit mean. I don't want to scrape up his plastron.
What on a horse is going to scrape up his plastron?
No, it's because I figured we were like dragging him along behind us.
No,
No, just we'll tie him into the
tie him
saddle.
to the horse.
Okay, that also works. Yeah, fair.
Might
Oh,
need to be a
poor
draft
fella.
horse, right enough.
Mm, big
Yeah,
one.
that was my other concern. Heavy boy.
I mean, it's not like most villages are going to have super thoroughbred
No,
Very
delicate
true.
horses.
Oh,
no.
aye.
They're gonna have big muscly things.
Yep. Trust me, a Shire horse or a Clydesdale could carry a turtle.
I imagine they wouldn't be called Clydesdales over here though, but that's a whole different issue. A Cragsdale, maybe?
Eh. Anyway, let's get moving.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So based on the information you got before leaving to come to Gultha, you know that Poole is about a day cross country on horseback, or probably 2.5 days if you were on foot.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to do before you set out?
How many
How are
horses
we?
was it we got hold of?
There were 6 horses available to you in Gultha.
Yeah, but we weren't going to take all of them.
Well, I
Because
think
they also still needed horses.
was there
They
anyone
had
left?
they
Those are
they all
not anyone.
so they already had horses in Cragfall, but they didn't have any to spare.
Yes.
And you'll be able to send any horses you don't need back to Cragfall
Okay.
with the stable master.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll take 4 and we'll send the other 2 with him.
Sounds good.
Okay. Why does he need 2?
Well, because Cragfall needs the horses.
No, they don't. They just couldn't
They need-
spare any for us.
Ah. But more spare horses means we can get more people to come with us.
No, because they can't do anything.
Yeah.
We can only
Okay.
leave one of the horses here. They might well need it. Leave them
Fair.
a horse.
Okay. So, with an appropriate number of horses in tow, you embark on your journey cross country to Poole. It's a nice straightforward route. It's going to take you more or less a full day. So since you're not setting out first thing, you'll overnight en route. And the start of your journey takes you up into a reasonably sized set of hills. They're not particularly interesting hills. Nice and quiet. There isn't a great deal of wildlife around. There's not a lot of foliage to provide cover. It's very plain going. Conditions are decent. The weather is decent. You make pretty good time. Yeah, you make camp about towards the end of the day, and no issues finding a campsite. Everything is fine. You're able, if you wish, at this point to do something with the evening, but you are not required to do something with the evening.
I think just patching up our wounds from
Yeah.
patching up
I'll
our,
happily.
our armor and things like that.
Yeah.
So I can't remember. The app is telling me that I only have 18 hit points for some reason. I don't know if we were taking a long rest or not.
We'll
You
be
Yeah, I
will.
was gonna say,
You're
taking a
about
long
to
rest
take.
just
Yeah,
now.
you're
Yeah,
about to take
yeah.
a long rest when you sleep.
Yeah, I think that's what literally just what Jack's doing right now is just taking.
Yep,
Anybody
that's
need a
fine.
bandage?
Nope, because your long rest will take care of it. It's all good. Okay, so you get some sleep. Um, Nothing interesting occurs during your watches overnight, so you get the usual effect of a long rest. Regain your hit points, regain your spell slots. Those of you who used hit die recover up to half of your maximum hit die. I don't remember how many each of you used. And the new day will dawn. Weather conditions this morning, bright and clear. A little bit of cloud, nothing very interesting. A couple of great eagles fly overhead as you're taking some breakfast. That they don't care that you're there. And in reasonable order, you're ready to set out. You can see the hills start to descend a little way in front of you. It looks like there might be a reasonably sized valley there, and that would be consistent with what you know of Poole as a riverside village.
Okay. So presumably from where we are, everything looks normal.
Yep, you can't see into the into the lower part of the valley ahead of you, but you can see
Okay.
it's there.
Okay. Well, our
Yeah.
best bet is probably to keep going and see if we come into a barrier, like we did at Glitha.
Yeah.
hmm
See if we get smacked in the face by an invisible force.
Maybe hold a hand out as we walk.
Stick. Point a stick.
Don't break your
Aye.
nose.
Yeah.
I think using your stick is probably kinder to your horse. Otherwise, it's going to be your horse that finds it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we
Each
should
find
tie
it-
the horses up somewhere.
We could probably attach something to their bridle that sticks out.
This is why we need to carry a 10-foot pole.
I think your
we should
horse
grab
might.
them when we need it.
I
was
think
gonna say,
your
do
horse might
you-
object if you put something in its line of sight.
That's
You have
right.
animal handling. Can you not train the horses to wave a stick with their mouth?
In a day.
You can talk to them.
No.
I don't think that's quite how
It's
it
not
works.
going to overcome their innate mentality of being herd pre-animals.
Fair.
You could use a long stick and just hold it so it goes above their line of sight.
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah.
Or once we get relatively close, we could get off the horses and tie them up somewhere.
Aye. I think that's going to be our best bet. We want to keep them relatively safe.
Yeah, I think that might be our best bet.
So once we're... Yeah, we'll at least go in a little bit until we find somewhere nice for them to stay. A little bit of munching grass.
Yeah, they'll have been hungry as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start descending the hillside. You can see in the bottom of the valley, then there's a river that runs down the valley, and the bottom of the valley, as you get closer to it, looks like there should be a lake in it. But it looks like something has gone very, very wrong.
Oh dear.
And I'm being asked
we-
for an ad break, so that might be a good time for it.
Okay. Okay, so the ad should be running. just now.
Sure.
Which is good timing because my cat was screaming.
Well, it's only another 30 seconds, so...
No, he's fine. I threw him out anyway.
That's fine.
Mother, I want out. Okay, you have your wish.
Yes, you can go out. On you go.
Mister, I will scream the entire house down because I require something.
Three, two, one.
Welcome back. So, in front of you as you descend into the valley, you can see the edges of a glassy crater which intersects the lake. And like a big chunk has been taken out of the surface area of the lake, and it's been left with a raised wall that sits about a foot now proud of the water. Of the town, there is absolutely no sign. This very large crater.
Well, it's not the same as Glypha.
Nope. So my first thought would be, is it back home on the other side? Is it somehow been lifted across?
I mean, we can have a quick look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be an idea.
So I grab opener.
Just to give us a reference point.
I grab opener, and I open a very small section of the veil, just so we can look through.
Okay.
And what do we see?
You see a busy market town sitting quite happily lakeside with a small but very persistent plume of smoke coming from a central point in it. You can also see a lot of circle personnel.
Oh.
I'm going to close that.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't know what that's about. That is, not ideal, would we say?
I definitely agree with that assessment.
Don't particularly want to run into any of the circle people. But we can't ask opener anything right now because we've got this bloody gong or hammer with us.
I'll take the hammer and run away. I'll go back to the horses.
Okay.
Okay. So, how close are you to the edge of the crater at this point?
Probably going to back off to about 100 feet from the edge.
Okay.
Look over my shoulder, see how far Mal has got, and then I guess we start talking to opener. Hello, opener.
There is no response.
Do a bit more.
Start walking, not towards the around the crater, so there's a bit more distance. Definitely staying about 100 feet away though, because just in case.
Okay.
Hello, opener.
No response.
Oh. Maybe it needs to be away from the crater. Okay. So I walk away from the crater, but not in the same direction as Mal and the horses.
Mm-hmm.
Once we're about, let's say 200 feet away, I shall ask again. Hello, opener?
Yes.
Ah, hello. We've got to the next village, but there's something very different going on here. And I turn round and look at the crater.
What is it that is happening?
There's supposed to be a village called Pool here, next to the river. There is a giant crater, and no village. Nor any signs of the remnants of a village. And on the other side, there's a very busy town with lots and lots of circle members.
This is concerning. The
Yeah.
counterpart town should be present.
Yes. Can you sense the crater itself?
I regret I cannot be of assistance here. I see nothing.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Thank you for confirming it.
Be careful.
Oh, we will be. Thank you. Put opener back through into its sheath. I look at Jack and I'm like, I think we need to go get Mal.
Do you want me to shout?
Sure.
Ma! I don't want to walk all the way.
Yeah, then in a couple of minutes, Malixar will donder up. So, I'm assuming we don't have much of a lead.
Opener can't see anything here at all.
Yeah. Not surprised.
Yeah, it was a long shot, but do we investigate the crater itself?
I think we might need to.
I mean, hopefully whatever was here before might have already gone.
For all we know, it's an illusion.
Yeah,
I
it might
mean,
not
it's
even be
possible.
a crater.
Yeah.
Okay. We shall
Wander
approach
back.
the crater, I guess.
Just poke it with a stick.
As soon as I'm in range, I'm going to start lobbing stones into the crater. Just to see if I can hear them tinkle through on the other side, or...
That's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Lobbing stones into the crater causes stones to go into the crater. They make a slightly odd noise because the surface of the crater is visibly quite glassy, but other than that, they behave exactly like you'd expect stones to behave if you threw them against some other stone.
So the first thing that comes to mind is that it's like a meteor crater, but it's
Yeah.
really small to be that.
And I kind of feel like even though these people are a couple of days ride away, if there was a meteor big enough to destroy a town, everyone would have heard about it.
Kind of feels like an explosion crater, though. Like a
Yeah,
continuous-
it's just the
That's,
glassy that's suspicious.
Yeah, but if you're working with like sand and things for like metal work and that, you usually have a lot of sand around. And if they're smelting things as well, like on the other side, there's that one big stack of smoke that keeps coming from a certain point. That
Yeah,
could be like.
That doesn't mean that they would have enough sand to make a village-sized crater glassy.
Jack, this is going to sound like a dumb question. Remember those goggles you've got? Are they just to see in darkness, or do they detect magic as well?
I believe they're just for darkness. Have a look.
Damn. Because, like, our only person to detect magic is currently passed out strapped to a horse.
Yeah, it's only goggles of night.
No,
Goggles of darkness.
I have Arcana. I can check for magic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that is a wee bit different from detect magic, but I think between the two of us, we might be able to sort something.
Yeah.
Suck. Yeah, I think we'll maybe. Yeah, we'll maybe do some investigation.
Maybe we should go round till we're closer to the water as well, in
Yeah.
case there's something weird going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the other thing. If it was a meteor or presumably an explosion that was big enough to do this, wouldn't there would be debris cast out, so we'd be able to find some in the surroundings, especially the water.
Yeah.
With the way things have been going, my general suspicion is that this entire city has been, like, stolen from its place.
Picked up.
Yeah. Buy something.
Yeah.
And that would be a particularly big spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it is, then there has to be remnants, doesn't there?
You'd think so. Even like if they were like scooped up or made to disappear, you would have like something.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll wander around near the water and see if there's any unusual interactions with it.
I mean, I'm going to start by doing an Arcana check as we're heading over there.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same.
Okay. Make your rolls.
15.
4.
One of you is a competent spellcaster. The entirety of the crater is, as far as you can tell, of magical origin and contains magical residue. You are, however, unable to say whether there is an active spell in progress, because
Right.
that would be the preserve of detect magic.
Okay. Right.
Like I said, though, if there's nothing in there and the actual rock has been affected, I don't think it's necessarily that, like, the town has been, you know, like, shifted into another dimension, especially given that we already had a look and there's probably still a town on the other side. Like, so it's not like it's there and just out of phase. I think it's been physically removed. Can we check the inside of the crater?
Of course.
Of course you can. And pretty much as soon as you turn your attention to it, Jack, you spot something shiny in the centre of it.
Oh! Treasure! It's gonna slide across the glass.
It's quite some
Should
distance.
we tie a rope?
Yeah, tie a rope to me.
How steep is the crater?
It's not desperately steep, but it's pretty large.
So, I won't have enough momentum to do a Tony Hawk, like, skating up the ramps.
No, I'm afraid not.
Aww. Give me a big push.
We're still going to tie a rope to you.
No, that's
Just
a smart
in
idea.
case. Yeah. It's normally me that goes and touches shiny things.
I mean, it's far away. You're over here. If things get hairy, you could just let go. You could just tug the rope, and I can drop it. I trust you.
See? There's nothing like taking your chances. Alrighty.
I
So,
saw it. My turn.
you know, zooming merrily into the centre of the crater. The surface isn't amazingly smooth, but it's very much the sort of feel that you would associate with smoothness. It looks like rock, but it's not behaving like rock. It's behaving like something that has been melted. Maybe it's very weird. As you get to the center, you spot that the shiny object, the half-melted golden gong, which appears to have fused somehow with what looks like a pair of interlocking silver rings.
Ooh.
Don't touch it with your bare skin.
No. Just gonna fish around for a little like pouch or and a hanky or something.
With how many sandwiches you've got? 2 bits of bread?
Yeah, that's true. But that's a waste. He's gonna gobble down the middle of the sandwich, and then use the bread to like hold it and describe it as he's like coming back. What it looks like. And then these rings, and it's like it's like you tried to make a baby and failed. You know, when it goes all weird.
I'm not even going to touch that one. Huh.
I fear Jack's grasp of even rock gnome anatomy might be somewhat lacking.
Jack is a very simple child.
Okay.
Oh. I'm assuming the gong looks like it roughly matches the hammer.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same as we found before, isn't it?
Yep. Or it's the other part of what we found before.
Yeah, I was about to say it's maybe a set.
But the silver ring.
Almost like someone tried to fix it themselves.
Or the silver rings are some kind of other artifact. We don't know
You
what
are
happens when
all-
we bring two together.
You are all familiar with the interlocking silver ring.
The circle.
Oh, Yep.
Oh, of course.
Oh, crap.
Great.
So that
Because of
definitely
course
should
the circle's part of this. I've got a horrible feeling we need to go through to the town on the other side.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
More lightly.
Well, has anyone got proficiency with a disguise kit? Because if not, I might need to finish with the fire started and just shave the rest of my head.
I'm not sure that's going to be enough.
Just because I'm red and I have horns. It's not like I stand out or anything.
Three of us travelling together would stand out.
Yeah, probably.
Damn. Although I suppose if we turned up in civilian clothes, that might help a bit.
Might.
I mean, our clothes ended up pretty mangled after that last fight.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can replace the probably very singed and tattered uniform with something that looks average on the other side, we might get away with it. Or at
So
least
what
it would
we-
help.
What we ideally want to do is get into somebody's back garden and steal clothes off their washing line.
Pretty much.
I mean, I'm not sure we've got much choice.
No.
Right?
We're gonna have to. Let's find a laundry house,
Hmm.
and
Well,
that
we're
way.
next to the. If we're next to the water, then
Oh,
there's a decent chance of there being a laundry near the water on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
good point.
okay. Again, I'll open a small window through the veil.
Peer around for a laundry.
Yeah.
You're still on the outside of the crater, aren't you? It's only Jack that went into the crater's perimeter.
Yes.
I'm still
there's-
at the edge nearest the water. Yes.
Just checking.
Although Jack did bring the thing with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jack is back out of the water. Back out of the crater. Sorry.
That's fine. Okay, so you're able to open the small view. It doesn't look like there's a laundry immediately near you, but you are definitely on the bank of the lake here.
Okay.
It feels, you can't see all the way around. It feels very much like there's probably somebody doing things with fish not far behind your head if you're on the other side.
It smells of fish.
It all smells of fish.
Yay. Okay, let's close that.
Do fishermen know where big hoods that we can hide in?
Do they?
Like, rain slicks and that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're oilskins.
Yes.
They're
Although again-
I'm not sure that exists in the setting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure fish are confused by ghillie suits either.
No.
No.
We'll try that out later.
Deep is the crater.
At its deepest point, it's probably 60 feet or so deep.
Kind of want to see what's going on inside the town, where the smoke is coming from, but aren't we just going to end up 60 feet underground?
Yes. Almost.
Yeah, or in the foundations.
I mean, if there's a basement or something, that could be really useful. But
Or
yeah.
we could end up fused into the rock ourselves. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work with opener. I don't think we should.
I mean, I was going to open up and have a look. I wasn't planning on just charging through without seeing if it was possible.
Like checking that there's a solid floor and a room and walls and not just darkness.
Besides,
Yeah.
if it's solid rock, then we wouldn't be able to go through because there would be no space to go into.
Also true. I mean, we could spend some time trying to find a, roughly level basement or foundation that we could escape into, but
I mean, it would definitely get us in without being seen by the town guard. Or the circle people that are milling around.
true. But
I'm
given
not
that
sure
we're at this,
how helpful it would be, but we'd get there.
given we're at the site of a major magical catastrophe, though, do you really want to be opening astral rifts and all kinds of stuff inside that crater? Could be backlash, could be issues.
Noticed anything other than the golden hammer and the rings, I guess, having any effect on opener?
Give it a go.
I guess I'll go about halfway into the crater. And use opener and again open up a small window through the veil.
Okay. As you set foot into the crater, opener's blade starts to hum. With every step you take, the feedback through the blade increases. Would you still like to attempt to open the veil here?
No, I really wouldn't. Thank you.
You can if you want.
Darwin's like, I don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
You could do it when there's only a little hum, because then it'll only be a little backlash, right?
Yeah, but we don't know what that backlash will do to her.
Well, we need to find out what happened to an entire village worth of people.
Yeah, come back a bit. Don't go too far in then.
Okay, I shall go back till I am just inside the crater.
Okay.
I don't like the way you're grinning.
Itty bitty little hum.
You say I'm ready with healing spells in case this goes terribly wrong.
Thank you.
Jack's hastily looping a rope around her waist.
Tie a rope to you.
I shall open the tiniest peephole using opener.
As you make your usual gesture to open the veil, all you see is a brief purple flash.
Oh. Oh, that's very weird.
Did it not work?
From over by the horses, you hear Emil. What was that?
What was what?
Okay, I'm going to take a quick look round. Has anything visibly changed?
No.
Right. In that case, I'm going to run to Emil.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll join.
Yeah, because it was very good.
Because this child is important.
This is a godchild.
Mm-hmm.
And we said we'd protect him.
I mean, more to the point, Oh wait, Mal, do you have the hammer on you, or did you leave it with the horses?
No,
Left.
I made sure. Oh, that's a good point.
Did you
I
leave
assume
it when you go back?
I probably still have it on me.
Right.
I didn't want to leave it. That feels like a bad idea.
Well, it could have been the interaction with that and opener and the crater that was the issue.
I'll run back to Emil.
We're all running to Emil to find out what he sensed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fairness, speaking of which, we should be pretty much back to him by now.
Yes.
Not that far away.
Emil, are you okay?
Yes. What was that?
I tried to use opener. What? Did you see it or did you hear something?
It was very purple.
Yes.
Doesn't normally do that.
No, it doesn't. Something appears to have scooped up the village, and it's no longer here.
That would explain the crater.
It would. But on the other side, that town is very busy,
Ooh, dear.
with lots and lots of high circle people there. So I doubt the people from this side are there, although I suppose they might be. That doesn't explain where the town itself went.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the town itself got nuked out of existence by the hammer. Whatever they tried to do with it.
Or the
But we
circle
didn't
side.
find a hammer there. We found a half-melted gong and the silver rings.
That's what I meant. Whatever they tried to do with the gong to destroy it, presumably destroyed the town.
Again, there would be debris everywhere. I suppose the obvious question is there debris around the crater?
No. You haven't seen a single piece of debris this entire time. Only thing you've found is the remnant of the artifact in the center of the crater.
Okay.
If you think about it, the circle exists basically because they were able to split the world in two on each side of the veil. Splitting a village to somewhere else probably isn't impossible.
Well, I was going to say, like, as much as you're saying, well, as much as I'm saying destroyed, bear in mind when I tried to scoop the lyre into a bag of holding, it just vanished. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe there was a similar interaction where it went, yeah, somewhere else.
I'm honestly not sure how much we can do here.
Can I try to open
Yes, of course you can.
the purple called to me?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I hand him opener.
Toddling towards the crater.
Okay.
Tie a rope.
Tie a rope around him.
Mal, you've got the hammer, and Jack, do you still have the rings?
I thought they were
Yep.
attached to the... Yeah.
The gong. Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Should
go
we-
over and be right beside Emil as he does this. You two probably need to keep a distance then.
I'm going to
Yep.
hand you the rope. Here's the rope.
Thank you.
Keep our little buddy safe.
Please. He's my uncle. Kind of anything happening to him.
Okay. So Emil walks forward just into the edge of the crater. No further in than you attempted to open earlier, Ariar. And you see him make. He's clearly been watching you because he's got it down pat. Makes the appropriate gesture, and the veil parts for him.
Oh. Apparently,
There
you
is.
just need more power.
Yep. What you can see is what looks like the inside line of a long log wall.
So we're just inside the village wall. That's useful. Okay, can I... Which direction is the wall from us? Like, is it towards the crater edge or towards the middle of the crater?
In the direction you're looking is towards the middle of the crater.
Okay.
Right in front.
Okay, I'm going to ask Emil to close that one and take maybe another 3 or 4 steps in and try again.
Okay. Perfectly happy to do that. Closes the rift, no problem. Step forward. Just opening in the same direction.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Okay. So he opens a little rift again, so you can look through it. You can see what looks like a perfectly good, quite busy fishing village. There are a lot of people visible. A lot of them look like they are not necessarily senior, but established circle personnel, all wearing circle robes. And as you look through, you hear a bell start to ring and shouting start.
Does it sound like a normal circle bell?
That's an alarm of some kind. You can't be certain what it is.
Oh, can you close up that rift, please?
Of course.
I'll beckon to the others and call them over. Oh, I can't open the veil, but Emil can.
Oh, that's handy.
Without any resistance, apparently.
Interesting.
There was an alarm sounded. There is a lot of circle personnel there. Not necessarily inner circle, but certainly people who, after their loop, were pushed to be circle professionals, essentially.
So no matter where we go, we're running into the circle.
Pretty much.
You're sure
I
it
see.
wasn't? Is it you're sure it was the? Well, you're sure it was Pool that you were looking at?
I
Rather
don't
than
know.
the-
I've never been there.
Ah,
It didn't
Okay.
look like Sperris.
yeah. Okay.
I think we maybe want to go slightly further in and then try again. And if we start ending up too close to the ground, then we'll need to lift Emil up.
The fact there was an alarm tells me that either they saw you or they somehow know when there's a incursion, for want of a word.
Maybe we go to where I found the gong and rings, and we open there.
Yeah, I think it's worth trying. Even if the alarm was sounding because of us, there's not much we can do without trying. So.
Yeah. We should probably leave.
Sorry?
I was going to say we should probably leave the hammer and the gong behind rather than take them with us, right?
We could leave them under a pile of rocks on this side, and
We could leave them under Silic.
Now that will scrape up his plastron.
But if anything happens, well, I guess he'll be asleep. But then we can blame him if anything happens. So,
Yeah. I am slightly concerned that if we take them with us, there might be resonance with something.
yeah, we don't
On
want
that
it. We
side?
don't. Yeah, we don't want them to like.
But on the
attract
other hand,
either.
we were going there because of the smithy to help destroy it.
yep.
We'll have time to do that once we can work out what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, you go and get rid of them somewhere safe.
I'll make sure they're both wrapped in separate bundles. They
Yep.
will not be touching. They'll be buried 5 feet apart, and I'll
In
just put
different-
Silic right on top.
Different colored bags.
Yes.
Okay. Once we're all ready, the gong and rings were near the middle of the crater.
hmm
Okay. So once we're all collected back at the middle of the crater.
Okay.
Can you try opening the veil again, Emil, please?
Okay. He opens the veil, and through it you can see dust, debris, and bits of things. It's very dark. But you are 60 feet below ground level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how is there debris?
Is it effectively solid dirt, or is it like just a very dark, open area filled with stuff?
It looks like you would expect something to look if you could see side on a building that had collapsed into a basement.
Hmm.
Right. In that case, I'm going to ask him to close up
Okay.
the rift, and we're going to pick him up in a couple of minutes once this ad's over.
I'm just gonna pop to the loo. I'll be back.
Oh, is this what it's going to become?
And we're back.
Okay. So, I think our easiest way of getting higher up is to put Emil on Mal's shoulders.
Well, I was going to say we could human pyramid it. A collapsed building basement. I don't know how high we can get with that.
I mean, we just need to get to the top of the rubble in the basement. We could probably climb out from this level. It's just going to be incredibly tedious. But it's doable.
Okay. Yeah, get him to stand on my shoulders. And we'll try it there.
How tall are you, Mal?
6 foot bang on.
Yeah. So, you can probably check, 8 feet up now.
Something like that. 8 or 9 feet
Yep.
up. Okay, he scrambles up, Mal. And opens it up. You can hear shouting in the distance as he opens it. He takes a look, closes it back over, because none of you can see through it from there, and climbs back down Mal.
Watch the knife.
Sharpie.
It's like more rubble, but messier, and it's burnt. And I heard somebody shouting, "They're here! They're here!"
So they can definitely.
Yeah,
Well,
they
they
definitely.
definitely know when we appear then, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with hordes of circle people.
Listen, I was going to say, they obviously can't get through here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I can fire a fireball through a small enough gap. We could clear them out.
I mean, that might be one way of doing it.
I mean, it's very sneaky. Because we could go around in different places, sending them on a goose chase. Until
The issue is,
we
we'd need to go through one of those if we wanted to get through.
The only other issue is that killing circle members won't necessarily tell us what happened or how to fix it.
We could try and grab one of them, pull them through here.
We could.
Do some questioning.
That is a good plan.
What are the odds of them actually having been told anything?
Next to 0.
But we could find out what's been going on at this town. On the other side.
True. I mean, something clearly has gone badly wrong if what looks like it should have been like a central tower or something has just burned down completely, collapsed into its basement.
Again, I kind of assume that whatever they tried to do with the gong went badly. I think we should try and grab someone and see if we can get any information out of them.
Okay, if you want.
Just a quick match and grab.
In which case, wait. Is this the same as is happening at Ground Hue? Because Urath said it was the Serenity does because there was a big hole in the ground. Okay, we need to... Right, okay.
The incident that drowned you exposed a tunnel network.
A tunnel network.
The city
okay.
guard had gone in to look at it and hadn't yet come out.
Okay.
So not quite the same.
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad.
Different.
Different, yes, definitely different. Okay, let's back up a little bit. So we're not as deep underground.
Huh?
In fact, we could go almost to the edge and
Yeah.
grab someone from the outside. They're less likely to be grouped together that way. So it'll be a couple of feet into the crater and ask Emil to open a small opening this time, but maybe need to make it bigger.
Okay. Continues to have no problem at all using opener to part the veil. He opens up, probably a couple of feet, just enough for you to get a good look around. It doesn't immediately look like there's anything useful here.
Okay.
You're not very far from the wall, based on what you saw earlier.
Okay, maybe we need to be further in than that then.
We could try and tempt people over.
Psst, over here. Would you
I
like to buy
mean-
a sundial?
I could poke my head through and take a look around. Apparently they know when we're here anyway.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, they're gonna get a shock when they just see your head floating there.
It might damage some of their morale.
It might have them question their resolve.
It might. Okay, I shall stick my head through and have a look.
Okay. You stick your head through, and as you're turning to look, you hear a shriek, and something smacks you across the head, and you fall back through the rift onto your backside.
That
Can
went
anyone
well.
else see what hit me?
It came through with you.
Oh,
It was a fish.
A fisherman threw a fish at you.
Yep.
Or hit you with one.
Is the thing still open?
Yep.
Yes.
Right. Emil, get that further. I'm going in. I'm huckling this fisherman back in.
oh Lord, the poor fisherman.
So he opens it wider for you to get through if you wish. As you
Yep.
approach it, all you can hear is someone shrieking. There was a monster! A monster! I hit it with a fish and it went away! Oh, there was a monster! Come look! Please help!
Yeah, I'll take a step through into the other side and shout, "Aye, come look!" Because I'm pretty sure that was a kid, and we're no kidnapping a Wayne.
That didn't sound like a child.
All you can hear, Alexia, as you finish your demand, is the sound of running feet towards you and the sound of crossbows being loaded behind you.
Oh,
Behind.
What are you doing?
I'd say a very convincing dodge roll the second I hear some crossbows being loaded back through onto the other side. And
Okay.
Emil, shut it.
Make sure your dodge roll is convincing then.
Yes, I can.
You weren't going to have to roll, but then you said we're going to make a dodge roll for me, so now you are. I will break
guess
you with
I'll-
this habit one day.
I guess I'll add my dex then. 18.
That'll do. You get back through without a problem.
Yay.
And
I
Emil
don't tell Emil
closes
to.
the rift.
Yep. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty close. They are actively armed. So, short of, some real hit and run tactics,
I mean, they're in a state of emergency. It's a large town, they're gonna have a guard, and they've got tons of circle people there. The same circle people who trained us in weaponry.
Yeah.
I don't think it's weird that their first response was to try and kill us.
oh, they're circle true believers, aren't they?
Of course they are.
Everybody's a circle true believer. Except
Mhm.
for you. Remember, you are the heretic. As far as they are concerned.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, something's weird and burning with blue smoke. And a building has collapsed down to its basement
Yeah.
relatively recently. Yeah, I'm not surprised they tried to shoot you.
We could go for shock and awe.
I mean, I thought the point was to open a rift, pull someone through, and close it again to question them, rather
Yeah,
than
but I
being
don't
the
think we're gonna.
target.
I don't think we're gonna get much chance of that, unless we do a distraction, and I do love a good distraction.
Do you have a plan?
Well,
Is it a good plan, though?
now that's a different question. But I can be very loud. I can be very convincing, and I could at least attempt to pretend that I'm some kind of avatar of Armand on Earth. Like, try and really catch people's attention, and then one of you grab somebody and we'll all huckle back through. At the very least, it'll cause consternation, something of a distraction. I'll
So
set
are you
myself on
thinking-
fire.
So are you thinking of having 2 rifts open at once? 'Cause if you cause a distraction and then we try and sneak out and grab someone,
Mm,
then we're gonna get seen instantly.
very true. Yeah, we could try 2 rifts. I don't think we've ever done that before, but we can give it a go.
What, like a Scooby-Doo episode where we're running through the doors?
I mean, we know that multiple rifts can be open at once, we're just not
Yeah.
irresponsible enough to do so. Usually.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Um,
usually.
Or I'm not.
I mean, we've closed ones that have been left open.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any better idea. Which is horrifying.
That does not make this a good plan, but
It's not. It's an absolutely abysmal plan. But if you
No.
want to make yourself the target, then
okay.
did you see how far away either the circle personnel or the fisherman was?
I assume I was roughly in the room with the fisherman if you got hit with a fish, and I heard weapons loading behind me, which implies they were also in the same room.
I don't think we were in a room.
No, I think you were outside.
We were in the open air just inside the town wall.
Okay. Then in that case, they were still pretty close.
In which case, we want to go further into the town
Mm-hmm.
so that we don't have the guard that are on the walls.
Mm-hmm. as we do so, I'm going to start good old-fashioned social buffing. We're going to get some enhanced ability and thaumaturgy going, so I can boom my voice up to 3 times as loud. Enhanced ability for my charisma, so I can get advantage on my check, because what I'm about to do is really going to require some serious advantage. Do we have lantern oil or anything that we can use to make me flammable? It's fine, I'm resistant to fire. If I walk through as a flaming spectre of God's wrath.
They're probably going to think you're a demon.
I'm just going to remind you that resistance to fire means that you only take half damage.
Yeah, but being on fire is only like 1d6 per round. It's fine. No, I probably won't set myself on fire because you're right. That's very demonic. But that's kind of all I
Putting
can
the
lean
dumb
into.
in demonic, yes.
It's kind of all I can lean into. Okay. Yeah, I think if we get a rift open for me, I will walk through and start screaming prayers and all kinds of stuff to try and cause a distraction. And then you guys maybe go 20 foot back, wait and see if you can grab even one of the guards that will be pointing a crossbow at me and weak them through. Then the second I see that you have done that, I'm hopping back through and we can get Emil to close the rift. We about ready to try this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Right. Then I'll get Emil to open me a rift.
Okay.
We will look through before we go through.
Okay. You appear to have managed to get far enough in that you are no longer directly in line of sight of the wall. But that means that you're in between a few houses. Not necessarily clear to you where that is going to leave you in terms of being able to find people to bring to you. It's quiet for the moment, though.
Should we do some reconnaissance?
Mal,
Yeah,
we just want one guy. Let's just get the guy and go.
Play a guard or a circle member.
Mm-hmm. I'll take a step through and see if I can spot anyone.
Okay. You step through and a quick 360 check. You're at a dead end, so behind you is just wall. In front of you is an open alleyway between two houses. It looks to lead onto a larger street. Can't see anything particularly beyond that.
How
Okay.
fortuitous.
Then I'll peek my head back in, roughly explain how they would get onto the main street and on the other side. And then ideally I figure if I can attract people here, we can get one of yous to just hoop out, grab somebody and pull them back in, and then I can run back down the alleyway. That's some cover.
Or just sneak up to the edge of the alleyway, grab someone and run back.
Also an idea.
That seems like the least complicated way of doing the same thing.
Yeah. Fair. Let's have a peek.
Okay. You're moving up towards the mouth of the alleyway.
Yep.
As you get up there, you can hear footsteps approaching. Not particularly fast, not particularly heavy, probably only one person. You can also hear a bit further away the sound of running in your direction. And that sounds like there's a lot more people.
Uh-oh.
So,
You might want to grab someone quick.
give me an initiative roll.
Oh,
All of
initiative.
us are just Mal.
Just
Just
Mal.
me, I'm
He's
sure.
the only one fool enough to be there.
His plan.
That'll be a 9.
Oh, God.
Okay. So, as somebody walks past the mouth of the alley, you're surprised by them being there, but you react just about fast enough to be able to try to grab them.
Mm-hmm.
So, give me a strength check, and we'll see whether you are successful in grabbing an unsuspecting person off the street.
Before I even tell you that I rolled a 4, I am gonna... Oh no, I can't even use Favoured by the Gods, because it's not a saving throw or an attack roll.
It's not.
Ah, shit.
You are not favoured
Okay.
by the gods in the slightest.
No, I'm not.
You reach out and you grab the scarf of an unsuspecting passerby. You throw them to the ground because of how hard you yanked the scarf. And they shriek in disturbance as the basket of apples that they were carrying falls to the ground. Apples bounce under your feet. Make me a dexterity test and then run away.
18 for that.
You're perfectly good at standing on apples, just not at grabbing people. Sit with respect.
Can I at least try and lie to them and be like, sorry, this is official circle business. I'll need you to come with me.
You can make me a bluff check.
And I do get advantage on that.
Doesn't help you when you roll snake eyes.
21.
21 is convincing.
Good. For once.
Oh, but why did you knock me down then?
Let's...
Oh, I'm in something of a hurry. Just being clumsy. Come on, this way. And kind of try and get them up off the ground and try and huckle them into the alleyway.
As you're trying to get them to their feet, the first of the running people approaching you comes round the corner. They're in robes. They're loaded for bear. What do you want to do?
Oh, I probably can't bluff my way out of this one. But I could try intimidation. Yeah. Since I still have thaumaturgy going, I'm going to give a real loud shout and scream, "Halt! In the name of Armand!"
Okay. Give me your best intimidation check.
Now I'm definitely going to use no, still not an attack roll. That'll be a 7 then.
Despite how offensive your volume is, it's not an attack roll. They are not in the least bit intimidated, and the lead figure points a very, very large sword in your direction, and they charge towards you. You have literally only enough room to escape if you pass dex.
Pass a dex check, did you say?
Yep.
That's literally a 1.
Oh no!
So with my dexterity, that would be a 2, but that is a natural 1.
Okay. That is a tad unfortunate. Malixai, you have been captured by the Circle contingent and are likely to be brought before the Inner Circle within a reasonable time period. Until then, there is the possibility you might be rescued.
Oh, we're on the other side. Just
Well, that went well.
are we able
That's
to
the
see?
last time we're following Mal's plan, right?
Yeah. He doesn't get to make plans anymore. Now we gotta figure out how to get him out.
I was going to say, I'm assuming that given that you probably couldn't see, given it was down an alleyway, literally all you heard was the halt and then, oh,
I don't know. It
joy.
depends how far down the alleyway we were. We should be able to have seen what happened at the entrance of the alleyway.
Yeah, it wasn't that far away.
Okay. At least someone knows they're being captured.
Yeah, but where are they gonna take you though? That's the thing. How are we gonna follow you? Unless Jack slips through and passes stealth check and follows. Ugh.
I do have Pass Without Trace.
Do we want to go and grab him and run?
Being captured might give me a chance to actually speak to someone in charge.
I think what we should do is we should follow him. I don't massively want to take Emil with us, but we'll have to.
No.
Well, what other option do we have? I can't open or close the veil in this place without Emil. Mal might be able to do it, since they are related, but...
It's the only plan we really have.
Yep. Okay. Gonna turn to Emil and go, would you be okay to come with us?
No.
No?
They're already here. They will come for me.
Right.
Do we leave this one in the alley open? And then go through? And Emil can
I'm
stay
just
here
worried
on
if
the
we
other
leave
side.
it open, if they come to look where Mal came from, then they might come through and grab Emil.
Then I guess we're following as best we can.
Okay.
On this side.
Okay. How about... Okay, if we close this rift, back up a little bit, so we're further back in the alley. Open a rift there. I take opener, and we tell Emil to go back to Silic and the horses.
Yep.
So if they come through, they can't see him.
Yeah, he's not
That should-
immediately in the area.
Yeah, that should help keep him safer.
There isn't any further back in this alley you could move. You're already.
Sorry?
You can't get any further back in this alley. You're already more or less at the wall.
At the end of it, okay. Can we hear if there's more troops still coming to this place?
You can't hear anything from where you are,
Okay.
apart from a grumbling person picking up after.
Okay. Okay. I will take opener from Emil. Try to ignore the fact that it's now vibrating like crazy. And I will cast Pass Without Trace on myself and Jack.
Okay.
So that gives us a +10 bonus to stealth checks.
Yep.
And we cannot be tracked except by magical means.
Yep.
So we will still need to keep to the edges and the shadows.
Yeah.
But no, it's a busy town. We might be able to pass unnoticed.
Okay. Emil heads off back towards the horses and Tassilic.
I look at Jack and just like, let's go rescue Mal.
Oh, he owes me a lot of bacon.
And we'll go through the rift.
Okay. You already know what the alley looks like. You're able reasonably easily to work around the person gathering their apples back up. You didn't see particularly which direction Malixai was taken.
Yeah.
But the other thing you do notice is that as soon as you came through the rift, openness stopped coming.
Okay. That's useful. Okay. I'm going to carefully go to the end of the alley and look round to see if I can see a group of guards with a tall tiefling.
You can't, but because you were looking through the rift at the point where Malixai had his unfortunate encounter, you know that they came from the right as you're standing at the end of the alley.
So it's more likely they went back that way. As I look to the right, are there a lot of side streets, or are there any big notable buildings?
There aren't a great many side streets. The buildings all look like they're fairly generic houses.
Okay.
There's a relatively big turn a little way further down on that right-hand side, where it moves away from you. You've no idea what's around it, but it's the only thing of any significance you can see.
Okay. Well, we'll try that direction.
Okay. Fine. There's nobody else really moving around in the street just now. People seem to have decided that they don't want to be on the street for a bit.
That seems reasonable.
Does rather. Dangerous criminal was just apprehended. There might be more of them. So you head down towards the turn. As you get towards it, it's quite a big street it turns into there, and you can see in front of you. It's houses initially, but then it opens up into a wider area. It looks like there's some shops in there. You can see what looks like it might be a guardhouse, and you can see the ruins of a building, which are still smoking. It's a large building, and it was stood on its own in the middle of the town.
Is there any remnants of black smoke coming from it?
Plenty of smoke still coming from it. You can also see that there's a lot of circle members in this open area ahead of you. Some of them are looking at the ruins. Some of them are marshalling people around.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to go up to just before the open area and hear what people, listen into what people are saying.
Okay. You hear conversations about the price of things going up. People are unhappy about the price of things going up. People are scared about the explosion. Somebody says it must have been some sort of experiment, and they're hastily hushed by the person they're talking to. A couple of circle members nearby are muttering about the fact that the primary network is unavailable because of the incident. Doesn't entirely mean a lot to you, but it's suspicious, certainly. And then you can hear a little bit further forward somebody grumbling about dragging prisoners across my feet.
Can I see who said it?
Somebody at one of the shop fronts further on from you. You can't pick them out specifically, but you know the direction it came from.
Okay. I guess we shall. Again, just trying to stick to shadows as much as we can. Head towards that shopkeeper.
Okay. As you get further forward, you can see what look like tiefling prints in the earth beneath your feet. It's been stirred up by what looks like quite a lot of people moving around, but there's definitely recently been a tiefling on this patch, and you can't see one around you.
Okay. Okay.
Dragon has frozen.
Yeah, minor technical issues, I think.
Yep.
Oh dear.
While we're waiting, would it be possible while I'm being dragged away to like at least attempt to, spit and hiss and kick and
You
try
can
and
bitch
leave
and
as
whine-
many marks as I possibly can?
bitch and whine all you like about it, certainly. All you achieve is getting some additional kicks into you. And at one point they have to drag you across the shopkeeper's feet.
Yep.
Dragon will be back with us in a moment. Just had a restart issue. But yes, Malexi, I'm afraid you're a victim of your own lack of success here.
Yeah. I mean, as I get dragged past the burning building, I'll be like, oh, he's managed to blow up another roundhouse, did you? Aye. Like, given that I'm pretty sure that's when I got called in the first time, was to investigate an explosion in a circle building.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They just can't help themselves.
And I should be
Okay.
back.
Here's the dragon. There we go.
Hey.
That was very annoying.
You didn't miss anything except the opportunity to finish your thought.
Okay. I think we're going to keep following the tiefling tracks.
Yep.
Just
sensible.
see if we can track down Mal.
Yep. Okay. The trail follows. It takes you past the destroyed building, which quite clearly used to be a roundhouse. Now you're near enough to see it.
Another broken roundhouse.
It certainly appears to have collapsed into its own basement. And then as you get past that, the trail takes you straight up to the guardhouse. To the side of the guardhouse, there's a smaller entryway there for just taking prisoners straight in, rather than taking them in through the barrack room.
Okay. Is that door closed?
It's open, but there's a guard just stood next to it.
I mean, hide from sight should still keep us hidden as long as we can not talk to him or kick anything.
We'll just make signs.
Yeah, as long as we
Yeah.
as long as we don't do anything stupid, like try and talk to each other, we should be fine.
This is where mind magic.
That's fine. I am going to need a stealth check from you both.
Yeah.
It will be at +10.
Plenty.
24.
That'll do. You successfully move past the guard into the less well-lit prison block. A quick glance around says there's nobody here, really, in terms of guards. But what you'd also spot is that basically it's a very low-effort prison.
Okay.
You know, as you're aware from your experience of training, whilst on this side, crime isn't really a big deal. Your most frequent causes of crime are a farmer who had a really good crop having a beer too many and needing somewhere to sleep it off out of the way of the people he just poured a pint over. So, although you can see Malexia, and he does look rather the worse for wear and a little bit dazed, doesn't appear to be actually very well confined here. There's a door between him and the outside world, but no obvious lock.
In which case, I'm going to assume that Mal is waiting to get information from them, rather than not being able to just walk outside.
Bear in mind, I still don't know that either of you two are here, so I'm happily just sitting singing dwarf songs to myself.
Which just encourages my deduction there. Do I have anything with which I can write a note and slide it under the door to you? Not really. In which case I will take out a copper coin and move it to Mal to let him know that someone's here.
Okay. Malixire, a copper coin suddenly appears from nowhere and strikes across the floor to you.
Yeah, I'll pick it up. I'm assuming it's a copper coin from... No.
From the other side, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. Good. That's an encouraging sign.
Your buddies got here. Buddies are here.
I guess I'll try and kind of play off that I'm muttering to myself. Like, well, looks like I'll just have to wait until someone decides to come and question me. I imagine they'll be here in pretty short time.
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe I'll get out in just a couple of hours.
Okay. Is there a connecting door from this part of the guardhouse into the rest of the guardhouse?
Yes, there is. At
Okay.
the other end of the block, it's just a few steps and then a door, reasonably sturdy looking door. It looks like it can be barred from this side.
Okay. And presumably it's shut.
It is indeed shut.
If I was to leave Jack near Mal, would it be more than 30 feet if I went out and went in the main entrance of the guardhouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm afraid you're stuck with me.
I mean, I guess we might just be waiting to see if someone comes to question Mal.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we could always, like, wait for them to come, trap them inside after a point. And then
We'll
the
just
band's
need
back
to-
together.
Yeah, we'll need to keep track of time because this spell lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
Then I'll need to recast it. So yeah, I think we're going to wait now.
Okay. And that's where we'll leave it.
Ooh. Interesting.
So, one sort of incarcerated, two there of their own volition. I believe they call that just visiting.
I mean, given Mal's attitude towards it, I think he's just visiting as well.
By the sounds of it, I could have blown the door off any time I chose, but
I'm pretty sure by the sound of it, you could have literally opened the door with your hand anytime you chose.
where's the fun in that?
Well, quite. Any last thoughts from our cast?
I'm hoping they drop some useful information, because I've got a horrible feeling we cannot find this village. That it won't be retrievable. We'll see.
We'll have to find out next time.
Yep.
Yep.
So, thank you one and all for joining us this evening with our cast of Varlastan, Inhabitant and its Secret. We'd like to thank our sponsors, dndice.co.uk and Gemhammer and Sons Gaming, for supporting both the podcast and our other content. Gemhammer and Sons Gaming, I believe, currently have a Kickstarter running.
They do
should check
indeed,
it out.
yes.
It looks like it will be fun and interesting for quick and easy gameplay. We build the Varlastan setting using the World Anvil toolset, and we are working on getting some of the content released for you to see for yourselves. Keep an eye out on penancerpg.com for more information. If you want to catch up with us in person, we will be at Dragon Meet at the end of November in London. It happens at Hammersmith Novotel, and you'll be able to find out all about it on the Dragon Meet website or on their Facebook page. They probably also have a Twitter account. I haven't checked. You can find us, however, on your favourite podcast app. We're on social media at PenanceRPG. We are variously cast members in Penance RPG, assistants behind the scenes, and Dragon and Amy also appear sometimes in Pretending with Dice, another actual play variety podcast, also available wherever you want to get your podcast. The Varlastan Circle will return in 4 weeks. We're not going to be running in our next regular scheduled slot because I'm at the gig, and I can't run a game and be at the gig at the same time. Hopefully you won't miss us too much, and hopefully Malexai won't moulder away in this prison for too long. Dragon, are we raiding?
Yes, we are. Harbinger of Death. Let me find the person.
Harbinger, that's always ominous.
I know. Harbinger of Beth. They are
Very
raising money with their stream tonight, so we shall head over there.
Charity stream, always in a good cause, I'm sure. Please stick around and join the raid. When we get there, please remember if you double-click the streamer icon, Twitch will count you as an actual viewer instead of just a raider who probably isn't there. Stay with us, and we'll see you over there shortly. Good night from me, and it's good night from them.
Good night.
Bye.
Catch you later.